Don't forget to check out my Twitch channel. It is twitch.com/BigDGeekdom101 as we have a brand new project I'm going to be starting with all of you. We're going to watch every episode of Dragon Ball from the very beginning, from episode 1 of Dragon Ball all the way through to GT in 1080p upscaled remastered quality with the original broadcast audio, the absolute best possible way to watch the series, and I want to watch it with all of you. We're going to watch it on Twitch. We're going to discuss it. I'm going to give you show notes. It's a fun new idea that I want to do with you guys that I think will be a lot of fun. And I'm going to dedicate about once a week or once every 2 weeks to getting on there and watching different things and discussing it with you guys from beginning to end. This is called the Complete Dragon Ball Watch Through, and I want all of you to be there. Go to my Twitch right now, hit the follow button, twitch.tv/BigDGeekdom101, and don't forget to make sure you have notifications turned on for both Twitch and for the community tab, because I don't want you to miss a single stream. Come join me. Go give me a follow. Updates will be coming very soon. The God of Destruction, Beerus, is a lot of people's favorite character, but even if he's your favorite character, do you know where the roots of Beerus comes from? No, it's not just Egyptian mythology. There's a lot more that goes into Beerus when it comes to Eastern philosophy and his love of battle, his love of combat, his love of destroying things, and how it relates to Sun Wukong and the legend of the journey to the West. All this and more next. God of Destruction, Beerus. Are you telling me that a character from modern Dragon Ball also has inspirations from Journey to the West? The answer is yes, and we're going to talk about all of that and more on today's edition of Dragon Ball X Sayuki. Joining me, of course, my partner in crime for this series. Check out his channel for more in-depth discussions on the roots of Dragon Ball and how it is derived from literature, specifically Eastern philosophy. Please welcome back Jordan, the Dragon Lee. So, Beerus, brother, you got a lot to say about this one.
Yes, I do. So, Beerus, from the time he's introduced to the story, we've noticed that he is very confident. He has Goku's love of food. He has a lot in common with Vegeta, as we've noticed recently. And there's a lot of reason for this, and it's because just like Vegeta and Goku and a lot of the other characters that we've discussed in the series, Beerus also heavily takes inspiration from portions of Journey to the West and Sun Wukong's character. And in Beerus' case in particular, it references, again, just like Vegeta, the earlier portions of Sun Wukong's life. So, for example, part of the reason that Heaven felt it was necessary to tame Sun Wukong was because he was basically so powerful that he threatened to destroy the universe.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Sounds familiar.
Yes, it does. And Sun Wukong is considered a destroyer god within the mythology. Like, he had the potential to destroy the heavens and everything else. He is a
Is he actually referred to as a Hakaishin?
He is a destroyer god, yes.
Now, just for everybody understands, the original idea behind Beerus was not Toriyama's idea. It was Yusuke Watanabe in Battle of Gods, and he wanted Beerus to be this sort of virus that infects people with evil. But Toriyama comes in and reworks the character to be this Egyptian cat god. Either way, it felt like Yusuke Watanabe had one direction for Beerus, the God of Destruction, but Toriyama kind of went more to the roots of the character while still actually revealing to us in time that Beerus had a sense of humor, he loved food, and they're going to get to all that stuff, but I mean, it's interesting how one person's idea of what Beerus was supposed to be is totally different from what Toriyama thought.
I really love the way Toriyama went about doing it, though, because the original concept for Beerus was that he would be this lizard-like destroyer god character who would infect the Saiyans with evil and be the answer for why they were evil, right? And Toriyama actually keeps this, sort of, because whenever Vegeta witnesses Beerus treating his father like dirt, it creates this urge within Vegeta to match that ferocity, to match what he saw amongst Beerus. So in a sense, he did influence the Saiyans to be more ruthless and more like destroyers, by challenging Vegeta and King Vegeta's ego, by making them, just like Frieza, making them crave power, making them crave to never be stepped on again by someone like Beerus or Frieza. So Toriyama, he cleverly still in some way made it to where Beerus does influence the Saiyans as a whole, which I thought was really cool. But that's because, like I said, Beerus is a reference to the earlier portions of Sun Wukong as a character. He is a character with an untamable ego who is hired by the gods to do a job with said ego, and he's basically being controlled by the gods because he's uncontrollable. Like, they're using his chaotic nature and the things that he loves to do to their advantage. And, not only, does he have a lot of traits of someone who is destructive like Sun Wukong, but he's also an animal. He's teaching Vegeta how to use his instincts to be above intention like Wukong, because Wukong, the reason that he was above intention was because he would use his survival instincts to win in battles, and that would by using his instincts to fight, it made him above intention. So that's something that Beerus is teaching Vegeta right now as a cat warrior who thinks about nothing but destruction. So, there's a lot of
eating.
There's even that's a pun, because when you're eating food, you're destroying it. So,
I guess that's true. I guess that is true, yeah. And
another
then you're destroying the bathroom after.
Yeah, we know, we've seen Beerus do that. A really cool thing about Beerus is, just like Sun Wukong, he has an immortal master known as Whis. In Journey to the West, Sun Wukong seeks out a immortal master to learn the secrets of immortality. He doesn't just learn the secrets of immortality, he learns about Chi, he learns about all the Taoist martial arts secret techniques, his ability to shape shift, his ability to cloud somersault across the air. He learns all of this stuff from his immortal master. And Taoism is, in a sense, the inspiration for a lot of the concepts of enlightenment that are taught in Buddhism and in Journey to the West. Taoism describes very plainly this mindset that you can attain that is very similar to Ultra Instinct. And Subhuti, Sun Wukong's original master, was a Taoist immortal. He was a Taoist master. So Toriyama, he took heavy inspiration for that when it comes to Beerus and Whis' relationship, and the way that Whis kind of keeps Beerus at bay and tames him. As a matter of fact, when you look at Whis and Beerus, he looks like someone, Beerus kind of comes off as his pet. He kind of comes off
in some ways, but also he bosses Whis around.
Yeah, he does, but it's his job as a destroyer to throw his ego around. There is no rhyme or reason to the way he does things. The Elder Kai even says this himself. He's a pure engine of chaos, and that's the way destroyer gods thrive. You can't think about nothing but destruction and not be an engine of chaos, Right. But
yeah,
Beerus, he has a very important role to the story that's really coming full circle right now with the Granola arc, and teaching Vegeta, how to basically get over his guilt and his sins of the past, which is very reminiscent of the lessons Sun Wukong has to conquer as well within the story. He really has to wrestle with the stuff that he's done in his past. And Beerus, it's really ironic that a character like Beerus would be helping him get through this, because before Sun Wukong, went on the Journey of the West or started to become a better person, he didn't have any guilt. He murdered people ruthlessly. He didn't care. He would destroy people without any guilt or any consideration. He would rip someone apart. So it's really ironic that a character like Beerus, who is known for destroying others and being ruthless and ripping other people apart, is the one that's helping Vegeta get over his guilt, rather than someone like, Whis, who's all calm and, collective and is all about, higher thinking. He's got someone like Beerus teaching him, who is basically saying, you have no reason to be guilty because the way the Saiyans go about using their instincts to fight. He's basically saying,
and we covered that in detail in one of the videos we did together. That's our first collab, which is about Beerus' connection to Vegeta. We did cover that. Just want everybody to know, I'll leave a link at the end of this video so y'all can watch that, because it's very important for you to see that video, because it really goes into even more of the deeper roots of Ultra Ego.
Yeah, it does. And so basically, Beerus is just another example of Toriyama taking his cat and turning him into like a mythical like figure who's like Wukong, which I think is really wacky and silly and cool. I really like the Egyptian god motif that he has going on. I just think overall he's a great character, and I think he's one of the better additions to Dragon Ball Super, him and Whis. I think there was a lot of creativity that was put into his character as a concept, especially when it comes to his relationship with Vegeta. He definitely emulates Wukong's personality within Journey to the West, within the earlier portions of the story. And I think, that's something that people can appreciate about Beerus that they didn't know before.
Right. No, and hopefully Beerus fans will appreciate the character more, as the series progresses and after watching this video, because for sure, he's fun to watch, unquestionably. I do wish he would have stayed maybe away a bit more, because he's always there to kind of bail Goku out. Like Beerus, Whis, and not the Grand Priest, the Omni King with the Omni button always seem to be there nowadays. And I kind of do wish they wrote something more clever for Beerus. Maybe we'll get that in the future, but either way.
And one more thing before we sign off. Now that you bring Zeno up, that's another thing that Beerus has in common with Wukong. He has one person who can knock him down a peg. In Journey to the West, that one person was Buddha, but in Dragon Ball Super, that one person is Zenchan. So
well, it's also Whis, because Whis does chop him in the neck.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He still disrespects Whis and bosses him around. And
yeah, but he bows down to Zeno, is what you're saying.
Yeah, Zeno, like he definitely brings him down a few pegs. That's for sure.
Right. Thanks again, Jordan. Thanks everybody for checking it out. And if you enjoyed this video, check these out as well.